So far as we could tell, around 30 people were still missing. The safe bet is that they were among the sleepwalkers. Mayor Burke did everything he was supposed to do, sticking as close to the book as possible. He wanted to seem like he was cooperating with the authorities over him so he could make the moves he needed to in the search for answers, something he'd completely undo before sunrise. After the chaos on the beach, we went to the hospital to get a better assessment of what happened and check on as many of our fellow islanders as we could. Communication off the island was cut off. No surprise there. Gwen was waiting for us in the lobby, along with one of the hospital's senior staff, Dr. Washington, who took us to our office while Officer Dennett waited for Dr. Belvidian to arrive. Mayor Burke made sure my equipment was out of sight. He wanted a recording of what was happening.
You getting this, Boho?
It's recording, yeah.
Good. This is for the record, whatever that turns out to be. Right now, there are currently 4 people present in the room. There's myself, I'm Will Burke, mayor of New Shoreham, also known as Block Island, Detective Gwen Summers of the Rhode Island State Police, Dr. Gail Washington, a senior staff member at the island's medical center, and Joshua Boho, one of the island's radio personalities and now our official record keeper. Less than 30 minutes ago, this community experienced what we can only describe as a mass sleepwalking epidemic. Is that what you would call it, Doctor?
That's the only way I can think of.
It's affected an unknown amount of island residents, and there are currently an estimated 30 people still missing, at last estimate. I've asked all those affected by this to report here for medical attention, examination, and assistance because, frankly, I have no idea what the hell else to do. We've alerted the state police and our FBI contacts investigating the Shenandoah case still present on the island. Right now, we're still waiting for Dr. Belvidian, the FBI medical investigator assigned to the case, to arrive at the hospital.
Dr. Belvidian? She's already here.
In the hospital?
Yes.
For how long?
An hour, maybe 2.
For what?
There's a patient here she's been monitoring.
Patient? What patient?
I can't say.
Gail, who is it? This isn't the time for secrets.
No, I can't say. I don't know. But you'll find Dr. Belvidian in room 208.
I'm texting Dennett.
Thank you. Okay. What are we looking at? How bad is it?
We've got over 100 people in the emergency waiting room, and the number is climbing. Not all of them are sleepwalking, though. A lot are accompanying those who were friends and family.
What's the number of people here who were sleepwalking?
As of a few minutes ago, we had a reported 68 affected.
68? Jesus.
I saw more than that at the beach.
I'm sure you did. A few of our own patients were affected as well.
Okay, well, let me ask the obvious question. Did any of them have anything in common?
I assume they were all sleeping?
We believe so, yes. But they don't really have anything in common. 2 were in with broken bones, another was in for a colonoscopy, and 2 more, a kidney transplant. One was the donor, the other one was the receiver, both in the last day of recovery.
No illnesses, just injuries.
That's interesting.
There were also 2 staff members that lost consciousness, but didn't sleepwalk.
Do they have anything in common?
Not that I know of, but we can find out.
My assumption would be that they either have some form of cancer or are in remission.
Dr. Belvidian, thanks for showing up.
I was already here.
So we're told. Who's the patient you're visiting?
You know I can't tell you that.
Dennett, did you see anyone?
No, she wouldn't let me through the door before she left.
For a year, this community has only been asking questions. We've received no answers, no leads, no official theories, nothing from the FBI or any other black hat agency that stomped its way through this town's streets. And yeah, we've noticed. Well, that stops today. Right here, right now. You're going to tell me what you know, Doctor, or so help me God.
Are you threatening a federal agent, Mayor Burke?
Officially, no. I'm asking for some goddamn answers. There are hundreds of scared people downstairs, and soon there are going to be hundreds of angry people. I can't be held responsible for what they do.
You've kept the state police in the dark, the state agencies, the governor, everyone.
This is a federal investigation. We have...
Protocol includes involving local authorities.
When appropriate.
That's not FBI policy.
It's CIA and NSA policy.
Dennett?
I've been doing my homework.
The NSA is involved now?
I had a feeling. Probably from the start.
Hey, wait. Go back a minute. What did you say about cancer when you came in?
That is something I am able to share with local authorities. Dr. Washington, I believe the 2 staff members you say lost consciousness during tonight's events may have some form of cancer, either benign or malignant. People affected by cancer or any melanoma do not seem to be affected by the sleepwalking syndrome. They may have been suitable candidates at first, but the cancer would have prevented their affectations. Also, it would seem that one doesn't have to be asleep for the syndrome to take hold, as 2 of the people in this hospital affected by it were very much awake when they began sleepwalking.
How can you know that?
I assume you've already checked the security footage.
Correct.
So what makes someone susceptible to this?
In all honesty, Doctor, that's what I'm still trying to figure out.
What do you know?
I've told you all I can.
And the noise? Do you know what that was? Do you know where those helicopters were from?
I've told you all I can.
All right, I've had enough. Officer Dennett, place this woman under arrest.
What?
On what charge?
Public endangerment.
You can't.
I can.
I told you what I could. Stop being ridiculous.
I'm done with this. Dennett?
You're making a mistake, Burke.
Maybe. I'll deal with it later. Gwen, see who's in room 208. Gail, any objections?
No.
Good. Joshua, you got all that?
I was able to record the conversation with Dr. Bilvidian. It was the start of our official record. Of all of this, really. In all honesty, I didn't think anything she said was all that surprising to anyone else in the room. Not because we expected that information, but because everything we've been through so far had just been so far from the norm that if you told us Elvis and Captain Marvel landed in a flying Buick on the State House lawn in Providence, we'd probably have believed you. Nothing seemed too out of the realm of possibility at that point. The next day brought few answers other than what Gwen found in room 208. When she got there, the door was locked, so she did what she deemed necessary and broke in. Inside, she found an unconscious elderly woman whose name had been redacted or missing from the 2 other documents in the room. When we pressed Dr. Bilvidian for information, she gave us nothing. Gail, on the other hand, told us what she could. She didn't know the woman's identity, but said Dr. Belvidian had been using the medical center's equipment to run DNA, urine, and dental examinations, all tests you'd run when trying to find or match someone's identity. By the morning, we had a better idea of the numbers from the night before. There were 216 reported cases of sleepwalking, and an additional 43 people missing. Ferry service to the mainland was shut down, but we weren't sure on whose authority. And shutting down ferry service was a ballsy move. You couldn't shut it down for more than a day without raising some serious flags in the public eye, so we assumed there was a swift action plan in place by whoever did it. What that plan was, we didn't know. Mayor Burke was right. People were scared, and that fear turned to anger. He called a public meeting at the town hall so people could be heard.
All right, folks. All right. We're about to start. Thank you to those who came today. As you know, we're all pretty shaken up right now, so I'd like us to be able to talk freely and perhaps offer words of support in this disturbing time. Just so you folks know, I have Joshua Boho from the Sound radio show here with us today to record this meeting. Now, I'd like to offer up what news I do know before we start throwing around questions. I know we all have plenty of those. At around 5:54 p.m. Eastern Standard Time last evening, our community began to experience what authorities and medical experts are calling a mass sleepwalking event. It began with what was believed to be a few isolated instances of missing persons, but as you know, that was proven to be quite wrong. By 8 p.m., we had dozens of reported missing people and many, many more who seemed to be sleepwalking, most, if not all, heading towards a source of water. By the time the event concluded, and those afflicted with the sleepwalking syndrome, unofficial name by the way, we had nearly 30 likely missing persons cases. Currently, it looks like there are 216 reported cases of sleepwalking with 43 people missing after the event. Those numbers are official.
My baby is out there. She left the house after dinner and didn't come home. Are you telling me she's in the ocean? She's never done this before. You're saying she went to the ocean?
Where are the damn cops, Burke?
Please, folks, I know this is hard. Just bear with me for a little bit longer. There's been an official search party sent out for the missing persons. We believe the missing individuals were affected slightly differently than other sleepwalkers. It's our hope they wandered off to a different area of the island and will be found.
It's a small island. How long can it take to find them?
Our law enforcement officers are doing the best they can. We have a team of detectives from the state of Rhode Island, and we have federal agents here doing what they can to get to the bottom of this. For the time being, we have scientists from the CDC here studying water samples and agricultural shipments. If the sleepwalking syndrome was caused by some sort of infectious agent or microorganism, we'll have to take the proper precautionary steps. Folks who experienced sleepwalking last night are being asked to comply with medical professionals and law enforcement.
Where are they? Are they here? Are they being quarantined? Where are they at? Are they missing?
They are simply being observed for 24 hours and receiving some standard medical testing to make sure there are no adverse health issues. We are concerned about the health of everyone in our community. I know it may sound drastic, but I believe this will offer us some peace of mind.
Unless they find something.
How do we know we're not already sick?
Officially, folks, there is no illness going around, okay? Let me repeat myself. As far as we know, there is no sickness going around. All of these steps are precautions. What happened last night was highly unusual and bizarre, so we have to dig deep to find out what could have caused it.
So what, we're just supposed to not drink the water now?
Shouldn't we start evacuating before more of us go missing?
There's an evacuation going around. They can't evacuate the entire island. Did you hear them say that?
43
They can't
people
mean
evade
that.
law enforcement for this long. This isn't a big island.
I know this is a small island. Gee, don't you think I know? Jesus, look, folks, I knew this would come, your anger, and I have it too. Please know I share it with you. That's the first step. No official orders have been given yet, other than to keep our heads. We have a search party out working tirelessly. I promise you that. We will find your missing friends and family. We will find them.
Just like you found the Shenandoah passengers?
May I, Mayor Burke? Hi, everyone.
We know who you are. You're that cop who's been sitting around on the rocks taking pictures of the waves. You're as good as nothing to this island.
I beg your pardon?
She's not even from here!
Can we
What is
please
this,
refrain
Mean
from
Girls?
interrupting one another? Please, folks.
Look, you got me. I'm from the mainland. I live in Providence. But does it matter? Can we not draw divides right now? Is there anybody here that thinks that's a good idea? No? Good. The way I see it, your community has faced a lot of heartbreak in a short amount of time. But trust me when I say that I'm here to protect you, all of you. So is Mayor Burke. Not just from whatever is causing these things to happen, but from those who will try to keep you in the dark.
Gwen,
So please, be upset, be pissed off. You have every right to be, but direct your feelings properly.
We'll direct our feelings as we wish, Detective.
I want to take this opportunity to inform you all that until we have further information on last night's incident, Rhode Island State Police has issued a mandatory curfew of 9 p.m. for all of Block Island for the next week.
What did he
Oh
say?
my
That
God.
sounds great.
Unbelievable.
Joke.
What? I can't believe it.
Say that
Folks,
again.
please,
Are you joking?
folks.
Seen anything like
It's a precaution and one I happen to agree with. We just want everyone to be safe. It's only temporary.
It's not so much the curfew itself, but the need for one. Isn't this the start of every horror movie conspiracy ever? First there's a curfew, then we're cut off from everyone else. Next thing you know, they're dropping bombs.
No one's dropping bombs. Come on now.
under the
Well,
Hey,
context of
listen.
your man.
Folks, again, we have to keep our heads here. Now, young man, yes, the one speaking of bombs, please don't. As for your comment about being cut off from the world, it's absolutely not true. Ferry service will resume after our search.
See? We are cut off.
It's not about being cut off. It's about taking secure measures so the search party can find our missing people.
And what other secure measures are we taking, Detective?
Look, I want to take a moment to reflect on some things. I'm not interested in playing the blame game of pointing fingers. Not here. So if anyone here would like to do that, please leave now. We've covered the temporary ferry closure, the curfew, the CDC. I'd like us to be able to freely ask questions now. Any objections to that? All right. If you have a question, raise your... Whoa. Okay. Yeah, lots of hands. Yes, ma'am, what's your question? Hopefully, we can answer.
My daughter left last night after dinner. She went upstairs after we ate, and then she must have just snuck out of the house. When we heard what was going on, it was on the news, and we went out to find her. I mean, we figured she must be sleepwalking like the others, and we just never saw her. All those people were sleepwalking. I mean, what sort of medical condition would cause everyone to just sync up and do that? I mean, is it some sort of terrorist attack?
Oh, I was thinking the same thing. Some kind of biological weapon for mind
At
control.
this rate, we're going to lose the
right.
show.
Grandma's
You know
just
that,
talking
right?
about
What do you think I am?
Where
Stupid
is
or
that?
something?
Please, one at a time, folks. Ma'am, to answer your question, we're not sure of the exact medical nature of the sleepwalking syndrome, but we have medical experts from all over the country studying this case right now. I'm sure they'll come up with an explanation soon.
What do they think happened during the Salem witch trials?
Mayor Burke, what do you think caused the syndrome? Can you offer an opinion?
Well, it is my thought that, based on everything that's been going on here on Block Island, I do think that the sleepwalking incident is connected to what happened last year with the Shenandoah.
Why are you doing that? And you'd be willing to say that on record?
Folks, I can't hear the question. What did you say?
I said you'd be willing to say that on record? That is, this sleepwalking syndrome is somehow connected to the Shenandoah disappearances of 2017?
Well, yes, I would. I think it'd be foolish not to consider it. 2 mass disappearances nearly 1 year apart from one another? Come on.
What's the media's take on all this, Mayor Burke? Do we know yet?
Good question. My advice, take everything you read with a big grain of salt.
You know how the fake news can be.
Are we talking about aliens? I mean, this is clearly aliens.
How long will the search party last?
They have to check the ocean. Why isn't the Coast Guard here yet? Tell them to bring in the Coast Guard. Is the number of missing people expected to change? By how much? I heard there was another boat whose passengers went missing. Is that true? Oh no.
I want answers. I'm
Just
scared.
sit here.
Sorry for the interruption. Mayor Burke, Detective Summers, you requested a meeting. This is the only time I can do it.
Sorry, folks. Please stay and discuss. We have to step out for a moment. We'll get to the bottom of this.
Are you recording this?
Yes, I was asked to...
Off. Turn it off.
Is that necessary? We were just record keeping for...
Mayor Burke, you have been out of line several days now. The Bureau is not happy about this.
Turn it off, Josh. It's okay.
2 days after the mass sleepwalkings took place and over 40 people vanished, ferry service to the island was eventually restored, and the FBI agent, never did get his name, told Summers and Burke that Dr. Belvidian was released from holding. The search party found no one. First the Shenandoah, then this. Naturally, it wasn't long before the news picked up on it, and by that I mean within an hour. Detective Summers was smart. She asked the right questions. Why restore ferry service and communication to the mainland, knowing full well that we'd have attention on the missing? The cover story was already in place before we knew what was happening. A cult. Having 2 mysterious mass disappearances on one island about a year apart was too suspicious, so the press was told the second disappearance was the result of a cult. Mass sleepwalking was deemed a hoax. The world was told that those of us that lost people just couldn't accept the truth that our loved ones could be suckered into something like that. Mayor Burke was right. The media really outdid themselves. The government, too. They removed any video evidence on social media within seconds and paid off part-time residents with a loose connection to the island's community to say that they were present and witnessed other things. Classic cult stuff, chanting, linen clothing, odd behavior, isolated personalities. It was disgusting. Insulting to the people who were missing and those of us that lost them. Summers asked these questions over and over, and by the end of the month, someone outside of the state police had her job for it. Mayor Burke launched a full protest, lobbied who he could over the next few weeks, but before he had a chance to present all the evidence he gathered, he was no longer with us. They said it was an accident. He went fishing and had too much to drink. They said he knew what he was doing, that all of it was just like too much for him. Horseshit. Total fucking horseshit. But like Gwen, he was smart. They kept myself and Kate's official involvement quiet. Anything we said publicly was to be seen as just two radio DJs gossiping like hens. I was afraid the FBI agent who'd crashed our town hall meeting would come knocking at my door, but he actually never surfaced again. So we played the part as we slowly assembled everything we had, with the plan to release it all at once when we had our theories. Playing into the cover worked a little too well. We were seen by most people as loonies. Got emails left and right saying we were hurting the people who lost loved ones by keeping the gossip going. Those of us on the island involved in the search kept up the story. We saw less of our friends and family, all to sell it. Gwen placed a failsafe on our private server. If one of us didn't enter a password every 48 hours, all the files we'd assembled would be sent over to 1,000 news and media outlets. We're also keeping backup copies of all the files in 2 locations, one on the island and one off. With all of this going on, it's safe to say that the island's economy took a hit. Tourism dropped, but eventually, as with all tragedies, things stabilized again. Kate and I played our parts and hoped to find answers with the rest of our small, secretive team, which now included Gail Washington. As I end this file, I keep going back to one thing Dr. Belvidian said at the hospital, the night of the sleepwalkings. She called people affected by the syndrome candidates. And that begs the question that sends chills down our backs whenever we think about it. Candidates for what?
This has been The Ferry, a production of the LittleFire Podcast Network, in association with Tongal. The Ferry is edited by Seth Marquis. Sound recording by Jared Mann and Aaron Miller. Executive produced by James DiGiulio. Produced by Chris Revel. Written by Aiden the Liberty and Raz Cunningham. If you want to learn more about Tongal and the creative opportunities available, visit tongal.com for more information.